Wild West Heroes, Jim Boy Calloway. Issue number 102. Mexican Ballad of Blood, Chapter 7. Jim Calloway had been a rancher and a scout in the army, but still he knew the risks of travelling through this ravine at night. If captured, banditos knew him to be the deputy sheriff, and torture would be his fate. He reloaded his rifle and revolvers, felt for his knife, and with caution snuck along the ridge in the moonlight. There would be, without question, Mexican sentinels posted and on lookout. But Jim was not scared. Jim was a hero. Women loved him, and he shot men in the face, not in the back. Death did not frighten him. Only dishonor did. And not a bad guy alive would stop him. The banditos had sealed off all roads leading to Fort Ballad, and provisions had been stolen en route. A message had managed to make it out well on 35 days ago, and the news was grim. The fort had been overrun by an outlaw gang who had taken the residents hostage. Jim aimed to find out. In the moonlight, he could see the circles of banditos surrounding the fort, and along the base of the hills leading up to it were cook fires where more Mexicans were camping. 200 ponies were seen in the valley feeding. He waited with stolid patience for night to deepen, and then was on the move. With the caution of a panther, he made a steep descent into the valley. 2 sentries were on either side of him, silent as ghosts. He slowly snuck through, then saw what looked to be their leader, for he was dressed as a Mexican general and standing not 20 paces distant. The general stopped and listened. Jim Calloway did not want to spill blood, but he had no choice. He had to get to that fort. He slowly moved on the general, preparing his knife, ready to grab his throat and drive that knife deep into his heart. Suddenly, white-hot pain exploded through his hand as a gunshot rang out. His knife having been shot from his grasp, his feet were kicked out from under him, and a Schofield revolver was pointed at his face. Jim Boy Calloway, what are you doing holding that deputy's badge? The man holding the revolver scoffed. You keep jumping from one side of the fence to the other. You might just get impaled on it. I could say the same about you, Landon Ricketts, Calloway scoffed. I heard you and your brother opened up a brothel. What makes a buffalo hunter, saloon keeper, gold miner, and now brothel owner put on a badge? Ricketts said. Platt and Fitch is holed up in that fort. He killed my brother in Blackwater, and I aim to kill him. Damn you, Ricketts, don't get in my way, Calloway replied. That man you nearly cut open is General Emiliano Salgado. He hates Fitch as much as you do, Ricketts said. They killed his wife and have his daughter prisoner in that fort. That walking beer keg, Colonel Baldwin, damn near let the outlaws walk in the front door. He and his men were so drunk. Rumour is, though, they've been getting desperate inside since the supplies have been cut off. A cry rang out like a trumpet from one of the banditos posted as a lookout. The front doors of the fort had opened up, and a raiding party of dozens of men were heading directly for them. You still the fastest left-hand draw, or have you gone soft? Ricketts said. You didn't hear about them 14 men I killed at Leslie Hollow? Calloway replied. I heard you shot some of them in the back. They deserved it. Ricketts grinned. The renegades were riding hard in their direction, and the Mexicans had steadied their rifles in anticipation. Calloway smiled and drew his rifle. He took aim down the sight and casually pulled the trigger. A man, far off in the distance, fell off his horse. The air was filled with blood and lead, and soon every man was fighting for his life. Landon Ricketts suddenly let out a yell, saying, It's really unfortunate that you can't turn the pages.